So once again, we are doing a ceremony without any planning, being here and now in the present moment. So all we know is that Miriam will call in the directions and tell us something about she's got some further insight into the apparitions in the New Mexico, because there was actually two waves of apparitions. One was in the 1600 and the other in the 1700.
In the 1500s.
15 and 16. I never know what to, if it was in the 15 or 16. So Miriam will tell us more about that, and will also tell us about the importance of having ceremonies in these times of transition.
Thank you.
And then,
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, we are happy to have you. Yeah. And we're gonna continue with the tradition which we started with, working with the Divine Feminine Christ, because that's the theme of the next year. So we will be working with the Divine Feminine, and Catherine will introduce us today to Green Tara, who came from Sirius and who ascended an entire planet with her nation. So we are in similar position.
Yeah.
We have a nation here. The Southwest is our nation, and we are ascending the planet.
Yep.
Okay. So we have Joe Candia. See? Next to him is Sky. He's in Thailand. Then we have Miriam. She will be co-hosting this ceremony with me and with Catherine. Next to Catherine we have Nicole, our youngest member. Oh well, we have the baby.
Yeah, that's right.
And Alana and his partner Stephen. So we have full house in here. Not very many people on Zoom. Well, welcome everybody to our winter solstice ceremony. Very special time. I was so hesitant to have this ceremony because I just didn't have any energy whatsoever. But here we are. And I'm very happy that Miriam is here with us, and she will be leading part of this ceremony. So why don't we begin?
All right, we're going to open up the ceremony with the blessing of the four directions. If you like to stand. We welcome the goddess of the spirits of the East. We welcome you to come in to be in this room today. We welcome you to come in and be with all the rooms that are here in this ceremony today. We thank you for this new day. We thank you for the blessings that you give to us each and every day. Thank you for our lives, for our families, for all our loved ones. With much gratitude, we thank you for this new day. To the spirits of the South, goddess of the South, to the Phoenix rising, we give thanks for this new day. We give thanks for these lessons that you bring to us each and every day. We give thanks for the things that we receive and for the things that are taken away that we no longer need. We thank you for all of our lives. We thank you for the fire which is in our hearts. We thank you for us being able to be of service to those in need. We thank you for the love that you give to us that we may share with others. The goddess of the West, the goddess of medicines that bring healing. For everything that Mother Earth has given to us, we give thanks. For all the medicines that Mother Earth has given to us, we give thanks. For our healing and for those that need to be healed, we give thanks. We thank you for the time that the sun sets, that we may rest our heads, we may reflect upon the day, and know that we've done well. We give thanks and we welcome you to be here with us today. Say Chimigwich. The spirits of the north to the goddess that holds the gate. That holds the gate to our ancestors that reside there. That holds the gate that will welcome us one day when we leave this body. We give thanks for the prayers of our ancestors that we now walk in this way. We give thanks to the prayers to the ancestors that they prayed for us to be here today. May our prayers continue for those to come, for our children, our grandchildren, and for the 7 generations forward. We give thanks. We give thanks to the star people. We give thanks to this new consciousness that is arriving, that is here. Whether people feel it or not, we give thanks because we know that change is coming. The change is here, and it will continue to grow. May it grow within our hearts, in our souls, and our minds, for this new paradigm, actually the old paradigm, to be remembered and be reborn. So we give thanks, ancestors, for all the prayers that you have given, that we may be here again today, that we may be able to be in community and be of service. So I'd say Chimigwich.
So we are gathered here to celebrate not only winter solstice, but the rare Saturn-Jupiter alignment, which will occur tomorrow at 11:22 Taos time. But for now, when we work here in the circle, we are in a multidimensional space. So there is only the now. Okay. So let's briefly close our eyes and connect, first of all, with all of you here on Zoom. You are welcome to bilocate into our circle. And from here we connect out. And we are connecting with all the people around the world who are meditating, gathering, getting together to vision and anchor a new reality. And you can connect by your heart, or you can connect by your pineal gland. So you may want to try out both. So we are a network of light. We are a new platform We are a new reality created by conscious co-creation and by intention. Miriam, would you like to introduce us to the winter solstice and the importance of having ceremonies and perhaps set intention for today?
Thank you. Thank you. Many years ago, I was called to do a class at the University of New Mexico called Sacred Ceremony. And I refused because I wasn't feeling that I was worthy enough to do it. I was just beginning to be a baby and doing ceremonies in Sundance and sweat lodges here in New Mexico. And so the dean kept asking me every year whether I wanted to do this sacred ceremony class, and I kept refusing because I still felt I wasn't ready for it. And then on the fourth year, she asked me, I felt that it was time. I felt, well, what do I have to lose? All I can really do is share what I know and also let the students be my teacher. So that's how I began to see how important it was to be in ceremony and to hold ceremonies. And why do we have ceremonies? And ceremonies have been around ages, way before our time. Why people do ceremonies, it's because I feel, in my opinion, is that when people come together, they create a community. They remember to pray, to honor, to give sacrifice, to give gifts, to something that is not tangible. It's something that is not here in this physical world. Something that is higher than themselves. There's an Anishinaabe story that I'd like to share. You'll notice I go in circles, but I'll come back to center again. In the Anishinaabe story, there was a creator who was very disturbed because the people forgot to pray. So the eagle went to Creator and said, Creator, please, let me go around and find someone, some people that are praying, that are honoring you, that are caring. And Creator said, okay, go ahead, go. So eagle took off and flew around, all around. And he found one person that was putting down the sema, the tobacco, in the sacred fire, and praying and giving thanks. He was so happy that he found that one person. And he flew back to Creator. And he took those prayers. And when he went to meet Creator, he said, Creator, look, he says, I found someone and I'm carrying his prayers. And Creator was happy. And Creator no longer was angry. We do ceremony to remember our loved ones and our ancestors. It gives us strength. It allows us to remember who we are in this physical world. It allows us to feel a spiritual power. It allows us to give us the strength to be of service to others. And it allows us to share and listen to each other's wisdom and their own experiences that they've had in their life walk. And that's what I know about ceremony.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now let's acknowledge the presence of these crystals. They are connected with all the crystals we have placed and buried all around Taos. These crystals are holding a perimeter. They communicate and they keep our high frequency in this dome. They form this dome, and that allows us to keep our high frequency in here in Taos in the southwest. And at the same time, this dome protects us from any misaligned energy that may wanna come to Taos. It will simply bounce it off. People will not be attracted coming to Taos if they are not of high frequency. This crystal here is a present from Catherine. So it is a new crystal on this altar. So let's all together program it to receive all the knowledge, all the experience from all these other crystals, so that when we work, it's like working with computer. We are transferring energies, frequencies into this one crystal. And so speaking of transferring energy, this crystal altar has been present in our medicine wheel ceremonies at Catherine's. So it's connected to our medicine wheel at Catherine's, which is dedicated to Sophia and the Divine Feminine Christ. Next year, the year 2021, will be the year of emergence of the Divine Feminine Christ. And so we will continue working with the female masters that are represented at the medicine wheel. And I have asked Catherine to prepare for us a little bit insight on Green Tara. Green Tara came from Sirius, and she and her nation ascended the entire planet Karnak. And I thought that this is very appropriate, as we are, what we are doing with Cities of Light project. We are attempting to raise, not only to ascend individually, but we are raising up our Cities of Light, the entire Southwest. We want to ascend this planet. It is humanity who ascends the planet. The planet can't ascend on its own. And that's why one of the reasons we are connecting here today is because we are also connecting with all the Aboriginal origines in Australia who are meditating today with intention to connect with Mother Earth and to reactivate the song lines. And perhaps today, later on, we do some songs here and contribute with our own sound, with our own voice, to activating these song lines and give the planet a boost. So Catherine, why don't you tell us about Green Tara?
Green Tara, she resides in the southeast portion of the medicine wheel. And I'm just realizing with that crystal, that makes 8 around the altar there.
Yes.
Which is our 8 points of the medicine wheel. So Green Tara, she of 1,000 stars, her journey began in human form in the Sirius star system on a planet called Karnak. Karnak means secret chambers of the heart. She had many lifetimes on Karnak, endured great suffering to become an embodied vehicle of transcendent compassion. The people of Karnak struggled for eons to transcend needless harm and destruction in order to gain knowledge and wisdom. Green Tara remained in communion with Holy Spirit. Lifetime after lifetime took bodhisattva vows, committing herself to become an awakened, embodied solution for transmuting the collective suffering of an entire population and planet. Peace came to the people of Karnak with the first golden age cycle on the planet. It took many cycles to fully heal. In Green Tara's final embodiment on Karnak, she lived as a celebrated divine feminine Christ teacher in a golden age called Shambhala. The golden age of Shambhala created such an extraordinary blueprint for embodying divine love through a balanced feminine and masculine heart intelligence. Karnak ascended in its own sovereignty. People of Karnak continued to live a physical existence at a much higher dimensional reality of light, joy, and purpose. Green Tara was recognized as an essential contribution to the ascension of Karnak. She received her final rites of initiation and became an ascended master. Sophia, or God, then spoke to her of a twin planet named Sophia Gaia, or Mother Earth. Green Tara then chose to be initiated as a golden dragon teacher for the ascension of humanity and Mother Earth. Green Tara never was physically embodied on the earth plane, but she was here in her light body. Her most well-known lineage on earth is currently Tibetan Buddhism, which was originally seated in India. However, signs of her involvement within other cultures can be found around the world, including emanations such as Celtic Tara of Ireland and as Star Woman to the Cheyenne people of North America. Descending through her light body into northern India, she appeared to a small community of Shivite masters who purified hearts and inner eyes, purified hearts and inner eyes were open to receive her sacred heart blueprints for living Sophia Christ consciousness in form. She provided direct revelations on the interwoven principles of universal laws, quantum reality, magnetic prosperity, regenerative immortal health, spiritual alignment with one universal source, and the bhakti of unconditional divine love. Her Syrian teachings transmitted to these Shivite masters became the foundation for Vedic practices that arose in the Indus Valley civilization. Eventually, the heart of her teachings would be swept into the momentum of Buddhism and carried to the open-hearted indigenous people of Tibet and Nepal. There, she seated her consciousness upon the throne of the Himalayas, transmitting the way of Shambhala to a listening civilization. She is most known on earth through this Tibetan Buddhist lineage, and it honors her as the mother of all Buddhas and as the swift savioress of liberation and compassion. And Green Tara, one of the most well-known mantra is Om Tade Tu Tade Tude Soha, which activates our divinity amongst suffering.
Thank you, Katrin.
Mm-hmm.
So there you see the parallel with Shambhala. We are creating a
Heaven on earth.
heaven and earth, a reality which is vibrating on a higher frequency than that which we are leaving behind. And so last time we was talking about Mother Mary, and after that I sent you some information about the apparitions in West Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona, and then Miriam emailed me and expanded on it. Would you like to share?
Sure, thank you. And 3 years ago, my sister Anna and I, she invited me to go to Spain to visit the sacred sites of the feminine, of the Divine Mother. And I was thrilled. And we took off. It was a big adventure. And somehow this blue nun came into my sphere of my world, my consciousness, before we went to Spain. And I was like very curious about who she was. So I kept looking up and found some information on her, and I found out where she laid. And interesting, 2-3 days later, a dear friend of mine who crossed over brought me a book on the Blue Nun, not knowing that I was interested in going to see where she laid. And I was like, okay, this is it. We need to go. So when we went to Spain, we went to all the different places in Spain where they found different shrines for the mother. We climbed and climbed and walked and climbed. It was amazing. It was exhausting, but we did it. It was wonderful. Our last stop was in Agreda. Agreda, Spain is a very small town, very hard to get to. And we went into the chapel where she lay. She is intact. Her body, I mean, it's not skull or anything, you know, it's just very thin skin, and you can still see her face, her clothing, and she lays there in glass, under glass. And what one of the curators there told us that the Queen of Spain cut her leg off and took her leg because she had these magical powers. So what were her magical powers? She was very sickly, and she was in the convent, very young. She was a very young girl, and she stayed there. She didn't go out. And in 1600s, as I said, 1630, 1671, something like that, I don't remember the exact time, through her meditations, she bilocated to New Mexico, to Arizona, to Texas. When she appeared to the natives, she came in from the sky. She came in from the sky, and she brought with her a cross. And she taught the natives the Lord's Prayer. She taught them about baptism. And they sat with her under a tree. And they called her an angel. So they learned about baptism, and they learned the Lord's Prayer. And she said to them, when the priests come, you tell them what I told you, what I've taught you. They gave her a hawk feather. So in every painting that you may see of her, she carries a hawk feather. So the priest came, months maybe, and when they saw that the priest came, they went to the priest and they told the priest, we want to be baptized. What? How do you know about baptism? How do you know the Lord's Prayer? And they said, well, the blue nun came, this angel with blue cape came, and she sat with us and she showed us the Lord's Prayer. And she taught us about baptism. And we are wanting to be baptized. They were in shock. Couldn't believe what they were hearing. So when the priests went back to Spain, they were looking for her. Who is this woman? And they knew what she looked like because the natives described her. And they found her in Agreda. And they went up to her and questioned her. And she told them, she says, yes, I went and visited these people. And you were the one who were baptizing those native people. She told the priest that came to visit her, you were the one that went and baptized these people. They were like, oh my, wow. They were still in shock. And they finally believed her. She never left her room. So she appeared to the natives in different times. And then, as I was listening to everything she did, I asked, why did she go? Why did she go to these native peoples and try to and tell them about baptism and tell them the Lord's Prayer? And I believe, and what I got was that she went really to save their lives. Because if they wouldn't have learned about baptism or been baptized or learned the Lord's Prayer or any of the teachings that were given to them, they might have been killed for not converting. So actually she went and saved thousands of lives. So in the years that the priests were there, I believe they baptized over 20,000 people within Texas, Arizona, and New Mexico. And I also wonder about this experience. She gave them a cross. It was interesting because when I went to her, they have this beautiful room where she lived. And there you see all the beautiful cloaks that she made, handmade. Beautiful beads and that she put on her gown. Hours and hours of prayer and meditation went into this wardrobe that she created. The Isleta Pueblo came to visit her shrine in the 1990s, and they left a whole proclamation and everything for her, and left her gifts and pottery and different things for her. And I'm wondering, where is that cross? What pueblo has that cross? Is it Isleta Pueblo? Because the feather that she had is still there. The feather that they gave her was still there in the shrine. So I'm wondering, where is that cross, and which pueblo has that cross today? It's probably very magical and mystical and has something wondrous. So that's my experience with her, with Sor Maria de Jesús de Agreda. And if you ever go, it's a beautiful experience. Thank you.
So that's the Blue Nun. Now we have the Lady of Guadalupe who appeared 100 years before her.
100 years after her.
After her.
After her.
Uh-huh. So
no, before her, I'm right. 1530 when she came.
So based on the apparition, could it be the Blue Nun time traveling?
Well, the Lady of Guadalupe is only a name that was given by the Catholic priests because they couldn't pronounce the name the Nahuatls gave to the goddess of Mother Earth, the goddess of corn, the goddess of life, which was Tonantzin. And I'm not really good at Nahuatl, but I don't want to bastardize her name. So we're going to say Tonantzin. So they couldn't pronounce Tonantzin. And Tonantzin, their shrine of Tonantzin was in Tepeyac, in Mexico, which is just a few miles away from which is now Mexico City. So when the priests came in the 1500s, they wouldn't allow the people to do their ceremonies. So they destroyed everything. So what happened was, Tonantzin appeared to Juan Diego, and there she was. She came in, and I don't know if you all know the story about her, but she appeared to him as he was trying to get help for his uncle who was sick. So he was traveling, and she called to him, and he stopped, and there she was. But she appeared like the Virgin Mary, with a cloak, green, gold, aura of gold. And she told him to go to the priests. So he went, and they didn't believe him. So he went back to her again, and she said, okay. She said, next time you go, I want you to take this cloak and show it to the priest. So he took the cloak back to the priest, and when the priest opened up the cloak, all these roses were inside the cloak. So Guadalupe, because they couldn't pronounce Tonantzin or the original, know what name, they gave her Guadalupe. And that's how that began.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. So the reason why we are talking about this, because this summer solstice is a very powerful time, and it is a soul reset. And these kind of encounters will start to all of us, individually and collectively in its own timing. So somebody might have an apparition, others may have dream encounters. We never know how it will come. One is for sure is that the Divine Feminine is on rise, and we will be working with the Divine Feminine next year. In order to do that, there's only two requirements. And one is to retrain your mind, align your monkey mind with the true mind, and then align that one multidimensional mind with the heart. And that's called wholeheartedness. So the next year will be a return of Divine Feminine, of the pure ones, those who have walked their talk, purified themselves on all levels. Okay, well, let's go into a meditation. And so I have been meditating all day today, and I have already raised up all that Arcturian technology we are working with. I have elevated the Taos crystal, Santa Fe crystal, and Fairhope crystals. They are working a triangular formation. I have invoked the power of Trinity and triangulation. Trinity is really the best way to raise up above all the trauma and drama in the third dimension, because there you have the duality, belief in separation. You lift above that and see it all from higher perspective, knowing that all is truly well. So this triangular formation is then we are receiving omega light, omega light, and it's streaming through the Iskalia mirror and right into this room, and it will assist us in opening a portal of light. So we will be stepping back and allowing the divine plan to unfold. And we are, of course, in alignment with Giuliano and the Arcturian and our Sophia Dragon tribe. And please join me chanting Om. And let's feel into our individual energy field. Breathing consciously. Expanding the aura into shape of a cosmic egg. And let's prepare our energy field for the energy work we will be doing by contracting it and expelling any misqualified energy. So visualize your energy field, this cosmic egg, shrinking, contracting. Contract, contract, contract. Now it's on the surface of your body and we keep contracting it. So we are contracting it through the physical body, emotional body, mental body. So it's a ball of light behind your dantian. Your entire energy field is contracted behind your dantian. You can breathe while you are doing this. And now expel. So knowing that lower dimensional frequencies are unable to expand, they fall off. Now this is an excellent practice you can do before you go into public in this time of pandemic. When you do it few times, and that way you have a strong energy field, so no pathogens can attach to you. Let's do it again. Contract, 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 contracting everything that's within your physical body, all these viruses, whatever it may be, whatever is not for your highest good, hold it and expel out of your energy field. One more time, contract, 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 and expel. See your cosmic egg as a strong energy field, keeping your high frequency in, bouncing off any misqualified energy. Nothing can get to you. Now let's open the crown chakra and receive the Omega light, pure source light. Omega light. This undifferentiated, pure source light is filling you up, permeating your conscious and subconscious. And now let's bring in the violet transmuting flame and transmute everything that's not for your highest good back into the pure white light. Transmute it all, transmute it all. And let's connect. Our energy fields are merging. All of us here in this room, all of you who have bilocated to this room, we are merging into one unified energy field, unified with the intention to be of service for the highest good of all. And we feel into our entourage, into all the beings from on high, which we have magnetized to us. They are one with us, entangled with us. And we open a portal of light, and connecting the grand central sun with the very core of the planet, with the multidimensional core of Mother Earth with Gaia. And we are pure conduit. And we call upon divine intervention on all dimensional levels. Let the divine plan for Mother Earth and humanity unfold in its divine timing. Now simply feel. See these energies, frequencies, everything that's available to us in the now. This goes beyond our comprehension. We can't comprehend this. And so we ask, all that's available to us, to the ascending humanity in the now, let us receive it. And download it into the very core of Mother Earth. Let's bring up her energies up to our heart and emit. We are receiving from above, from below, and emitting. Emitting this pure love and light, the highest frequency. Emitting it into the human collective. Let there be peace, harmony, and balance. Feel the love. Expanding your heart space. Expanding your heart more than ever before. These blissful blessings emitted, radiated into the human collective. Forgive it all. Forgive the third dimension. Forgive everything that unfolded. Forgive it all. Love it all. Love it free. Love the highest frequency. Permeate the entire reality with your love and light. Love it free. Love it free. Let the divine plan unfold. Radiate these frequencies into your physical body, into the cellular structure, into the quantum particles of your energy field with intention to reset your energies. Reset on all levels. Connect your heart with your beautiful multidimensional mind. Align yourself with your soul, your oversoul, your divine mission. Align yourself with the ultimate potential with intention to remember who we are and what is our mission on planet Earth. Remember. Now emanate your light into your community. Those of you in your cities of light, emanate your frequencies, energies into the dome. Filling this dome up. Strengthening it. Sealing any possible holes and leaks. Yeah, creating a pocket of light, a new reality. And we continue radiating our love and light into the human collective, into the collective conscious and unconscious, into the network of human hearts. May everybody be able to open their hearts and feel. Radiating our love and light into the ley lines, the song lines. Connecting with all the people around the world. Meditating these days on winter solstice, summer solstice in the land below, and on the Saturn-Jupiter alignment. Once again we declare it is our birthright to command miracles on behalf of humanity. Let the divine plan unfold. And so it is.
So it is.
So, let's connect with the song lines. Do you have any songs for us, Miriam?
Maybe.
Who of you have drum? Let's do some drumming as well.
Let me get the big drum.
Oops. That one wouldn't do much good for you. This one.
Thank you. I gotta get my voice together. You go first, I'll go second. I'll go first, you go second.
I don't have a song, but I have a beat.
Okay.
You can go. Save her voice.
So let's give it an intention.
The intention is to bring in the sacred feminine energy on the solstice to align Saturn and Jupiter to bring us the energies in a gentle way to help us, assist us with our lessons. And so the intention of my drumming is to slowly kind of touch into our hearts and our heartbeat, but then move into a state of expansion and joy.
Beautiful.
That's the intention.
Beautiful.
Okay.
to do me a favor and turn the computer so our friends can see little Antares playing drum?
Yes. The little drummer boy.
Here, I have a song. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I feel your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I feel your heartbeat. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. It just repeats. Yeah? Here we go. Do it with me this time. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I feel your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Feel your heartbeat. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. One more time. Here we go. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I feel your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I feel your heartbeat. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho.
I see his reluctancy, but he's going to be a drum leader. He's going to be a drum leader. He's not fully understanding, but
Yeah, he loves to drum. He loves to just like
is that
hit
right?
things and bang on things. And, yeah.
Very cool.
Mostly in the kitchen, but yeah.
Yeah, very cool. I see it. I see it. I see some drumming in his future. That's a great thing. Thank you so much.
I know you know lots of songs.
Her throat is not.
You know, Blaise, I can see. This song is an Anishinaabe song. It's for our mother, the turtle. It's called the Turtle Song. And the turtle in the Anishinaabe tradition is one of the 7 teachings which represents truth. And truth, as we know, there's so many truths. And our truth is sacred. But I think also that with truth, when you carry that teaching within your heart, you can never lie. And you are tolerant of other people's truths as well. Okay. And, as our Mother Earth is represented by the turtle, she carries everything. She carries us all. So this is it's 4 rounds. And I'll try to sing it. Okay. Yeah.
Precious. So what can we sing for the song lines? Do we want to do toning or what do you suggest? How do we connect with the song lines? Should we do the ball one more time? Do the Om.
Sure.
So once again, gonna do the Om 3 times, and this time bilocate to Uluru, and let's be part of the circle there. They are gathering, I understand it, at 4 o'clock our time tonight. So we are connecting with them, bilocating, traveling in time, and joining with their circle and with our Om. Let our blessings stream into the song lines. May the love and light envelop this planet. May the love and light liberate this planet and all of humanity. Yeah.
So I just wanted to make a comment on her experience in Spain. I've also connected with Mary Magdalene's energy that will be coming in next year. And her presence was very much felt when I was in the south of France. And I know also Mary Magdalene and the Black Madonna, which are very prevalent in the south of France, also show up in the Pyrenees. So there's, the Mary energy is coming through very, very strongly this year, and which represents, the sacred feminine energy, but it also represents, especially with Mary Magdalene, the connection with the Christ consciousness.
Yeah.
And so, yes, this is a very, very powerful time that we're experiencing this in these times, in these times of moving out of polarization into unification. So I hope.
So we'll say goodbye to all of you on Zoom. show you little Antares one more time.
Bye, everyone.